She doesn't realize the moment it starts hurting. Because in the beginning, it feels like love. Warm, safe, exciting. They text first. They care. They make her feel chosen. And for a little while, she can finally relax. But then something shifts. Not all at once. Just enough to make her question it, but not enough to walk away. The replies get slower. The energy changes. The effort becomes inconsistent. And instead of pulling back, she leans in. She gives more, right when she's receiving less. More attention, more patience, more understanding. As if love is something you can fix if you just try hard enough. And maybe you've done this too. Maybe you've stayed longer than you should have. Not because you didn't see the signs, but because you believed. If you loved them better, they would finally love you the same way. She's always been like this. The one who checks in first. The one who remembers little details. The one who stays, even when it gets hard. Friends describe her as kind, loyal, the type of person who would do anything for the people she loves. And they're right. But what they don't see is the cost. Because behind that kindness is exhaustion. Behind that loyalty is quiet disappointment. Behind that big heart is someone who keeps pouring into people who barely refill her. It doesn't just happen in romantic relationships. It happens with friends too. She's the one who listens for hours. The one who shows up. The one who understands. But when she needs someone, it's quiet. Everyone's busy. Everyone has something going on. And she tells herself not to take it personally. But deep down, it always feels the same. Like she's easy to lean on, but hard to stay for. Pause for a moment. Think about this honestly. When was the last time someone showed up for you? The way you always show up for them? Not occasionally. Not when it's convenient. But consistently. If you have to think too hard about it, that says more than you want it to. Here's what most people misunderstand about her. She's not loving too much. She's loving without limits. And that's not the same thing. Because love without limits often becomes love without protection. She gives people access to her time, her energy, her emotions, before they've proven they deserve it. Not because she's naive, but because she sees potential. She sees who they could be. And she loves that version fully, even when reality doesn't match it. And that's where the pattern begins. She doesn't fall for who someone is. She falls for who they showed her at the start. The effort, the attention, the version of them that felt so real. She never questioned if it would last. So when it fades, she doesn't walk away. She tries to get it back. Let me tell you how this usually plays out. She meets someone new. It feels easy, natural. They talk for hours. They understand her. They make her feel seen. And for once, she doesn't feel like she has to try so hard. So she opens up, slowly at first. Then all at once, she shares her thoughts, her past, her fears. And they listen. They respond. They make her feel safe. But safety shouldn't disappear. And yet it does. The calls become less frequent. The effort becomes unpredictable. One day they're all in. The next, they're distant. And instead of stepping back, she steps forward. She starts adjusting herself, becoming more flexible, less needy, less expressive. She tells herself, don't overthink. Don't push them away. Just be patient. But what she's really doing is slowly abandoning her own needs. And here's the painful truth. The more she tolerates inconsistency, the more she teaches people that it's okay to give her less. Not because they're evil, but because people respond to what you accept. And she accepts almost everything, as long as they don't leave completely. Pause again. This one might be uncomfortable. Are you asking for love? Or are you accepting whatever version of it someone is willing to give? There's a difference. And that difference changes everything. She confuses intensity with connection, effort with potential, attention with commitment, and hope with reality. Because deep down, she believes love is something you prove, something you fight for, something you earn. But real love doesn't feel like constant effort. It doesn't feel like anxiety. It doesn't leave you guessing. It doesn't make you question where you stand. And still she stays, not because she's weak, but because she remembers how it felt in the beginning. And she keeps hoping that version will come back. A little lonely at first, because she's used to doing the work of two people. But slowly, something shifts. The right people don't feel confusing. They don't disappear and reappear. They don't make her question her worth. They show up. Clearly. Calmly. Consistently. And maybe that's the biggest realization of all. Love isn't supposed to feel like something you're constantly about to lose. So if you see yourself in her, if you've ever felt like you love too much, pause one last time. Ask yourself this. Who are you becoming? Just to keep someone in your life? Because the right people will never require you to lose yourself to keep them. She didn't need to love less. She just needed to stop giving her love to people who only knew how to take it. And here's how her story really ends. Not with someone finally choosing her. Not with a perfect relationship. But with something quieter and much stronger. She chooses herself. Not once, but in small, everyday moments. When she stops replying to inconsistency. When she walks away from confusion. When she no longer explains her worth to people who refuse to see it. And then, something unexpected happens. Her life gets calmer, softer, clearer. The anxiety fades. The overthinking slows down. She laughs more, sleeps better, feels lighter, without even realizing why at first. And eventually, the right kind of people start to enter her life. Not because she chased them, but because she stopped chasing the wrong ones. These people don't need to be convinced. They don't need to be fixed. They don't disappear when things get real. They stay. They show up. They choose her in ways she used to beg for. And this time, she doesn't rush. She doesn't overgive. She doesn't lose herself trying to keep them. She meets them as she is and lets them meet her there. And maybe for the first time, love doesn't feel like something she has to hold together. It just exists. Steady. Safe. Real. So no, she didn't love too much. She just gave her love to people who didn't know how to carry it. But now she knows the difference. And that changes everything. Because once you learn what real love feels like, you stop settling for anything that makes you feel less than that. And the girl who used to lose herself in love, she still loves deeply, still cares fully, still gives with her whole heart. But this time, she never forgets to keep a piece of it for herself. And that is why she finally stops getting hurt the same way again. Thanks for watching. Hit like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, share this video, and tell me in the comments what you want to see next.